Ooh, heavy boy. Ah. This is probably the easiest way to get it ready for acid, sealer, and paint. Welcome back. As you all know, I am the one and only infamous Kentucky Yankee without a doubt. Let's do a little survey. Why are you here? Because you love Datsuns? Because you have a Datsun and are looking for repair information? Because you want a Datsun? Or do you simply want to watch this video so you can find ways to troll the Benny in the comments? Took my wire wheel, I cleaned it all up and sprayed it with Ospo. I did have a couple more little patches to put on there. I could be filming a little bit more for you guys, but I'm in such a hurry to get this thing done because I'm eager to work on the camper again. Plus, I want to get this thing running up and down the road. Now, I didn't finish up these sides here, which I will do later. And the reason why is because I can remove the rockers and then get that back plate later. And the front on the top here, we're gonna revisit a lot of this stuff because I'm really liking this truck, but this part will be completed. I'm gonna do a quick rinse with soapy water and a Scotch-Brite pad, and we will seal it up and paint it. I don't want to remove the product, I'm just trying to get a quick scuff cleanup on it, that's all. Residue. The final step after rinsing this off with clean water will be wax and grease remover, solvent based. Not pretty. I'll try and do a little better job. I'd rather make sure though that it's forced in there than anything. I wanted to force that down in there, and now I think I'll just brush it a little bit. Look at that, looks pretty nice. Not bad. Little roof patch has been sitting on the stove getting warm. Today it's not roof patch, today it is brushable seam sealer. This truck had some undercoating on it, and this stuff smells exactly the same. Just roof and tar. I don't think it matters what kind you get. I decided to put my first coat of paint on here. Just Rust-Oleum satin, nothing special. Our roof tar's got a little crust on it, so I thought it was safe to paint. And I am on a time crunch, as you know. Now I can watch Columbo. It'll look different in the morning because it is satin paint. I did get a couple runs, but that's all right. It is the next morning, it's all dried up, and I have to be honest with you, I'm a little disappointed in the roofing tar, and the only reason why is because the floor came out so nice, better than expected. I say so nice, it's not great, but it was better than expected, and I wish that I had just used a little better sealer on it. Just because of the texture of it, it's kind of rough because it's got fiber and stuff in it. I'm going to show you something close up. Look, I went over the top of it with regular sealer. See how slick that sealer is? Right there, that little spot, compared to the rest of it. So I wish I had got a brushable seam sealer. Would have been about $40 some instead of $20, $40 instead of $20. So in this case, I'd have been happier spending the $40 on some Speedo Coat brushable primer, sealer I meant. That spotty, crappy welding is just the way I weld so I don't blow through this thin, rusty metal. There's a dent here I'm wanting to fix. Something very interesting I just noticed for the first time, there's some red paint under here. It's either that or maybe some red primer, but not sure. Only reason I'm fixing it is because if I come back later, it's got this rubber seal and I'll mess it up. So at least want to get it pulled out just a little bit. When I want to weld this rusty metal, what I do is I put a long length of wire out. And then I go tap, tap, and it starts to melt. You'll see it there. And then I hit it and hold it, and then I push in real fast at the same time. So it fills that area up with metal and kind of keeps it cool so it doesn't just blow it out. I'll spread a little Marglass here all the way around the whole thing because it's like pitted with rust. Maybe that'll help seal it. Just tore my glove. It was kind of important for this job having a glove. I wire wheeled, grind, and cleaned for hours yesterday on the inside of this cab. Here is where we are at this point. I got the floor ready to paint, and I painted these side edges and this. The headliner will cover the rest. You won't see anything. I only painted these spots because that's what you're going to see when the seat's in, headliner's in, carpet's in. You won't see anything other than this area here. I just did it with a spray can. All of this from here down will just be painted black with a paintbrush. You'll never see it because the seat, as I said, will cover it. And what do you think of that color? That's the color I'm going to paint this truck eventually one day. I really like this off-white. Some things about this truck I'm not happy with. I'm in a hurry to get it done, and I've just finally decided for myself so that I can move on quickly is that I'm just going to have to revisit this truck one day as far as repairs. I'll strip it completely down to the cab again and fix things that I'm unhappy with and carry on with the restoration, like the rockers have to be redone and all this stuff. So I'll have a chance to come back to it and make it how I want it, so I'm happy with it. Knowing that I'm going to strip this truck all down again to the bare cab, even further than it is now, and redo things, helps me to push through right now to get it done so I can get it on the road. Trying to trim this out with the brush is way out of my comfort zone. I am not good at this, never have been, never will be. One thing I know for sure, it'll be all right. Old Datsuns don't care how good a job you do painting them. Here is a view of it completed, all painted up with the black and white. Looks pretty good, I think. I'm happy with it. You can see a little bit of white through this black, but it'll be all right. I don't think I might touch it up, I don't know. I'm taking this heater box apart so I can clean it all up. This will be the first Datsun that I own that will have a heater. I already got this valve working very nicely, and it doesn't seem to leak. I won't really use a heater or anything unless I clean it up real good because I don't want to breathe whatever the mouses have deposited. I am going to scrub this thing out, and it looks in good shape. Take our squirrel fan off, the resistor out, and wash all this stuff up and put it back together. I'll clean and paint these doors, put new foam on them. Well, the motor works. All the pieces are cleaned up now. These pieces have been painted with new foam on them, and everything's ready to be put back together. That's it, the heater box is ready to go back in the truck. You've got to label the rods going up through there. A lot of times they are different sizes, and maybe on this truck, I'm not sure. The only downside of a headliner like this is that you have to have the back glass out and the front glass out to install it. The upside is they last for years. This one actually was still in pretty good shape. I just decided, kind of out of the blue, to work on this headliner. A lot of different ways to do this, but since this is the first bow style headliner I will have installed, I'm kind of just using the old one for a pattern. Why not make it easy on yourself if you can? Here's the old headliner cut into pieces for patterns. Here are the new pieces I am going to sew together with some listing in between them. Now we can hang it in the truck. I've got it roughly hung. It has been glued. Now I got to trim the vinyl around the edges of it off. It's not looking too bad at all. I like it. Time to put the glass in now. I can't steam it or do anything until the glass is in there because it pushes up against the edges like that when you, with the seal. Has to be double 40 extra fine steel wool, but if your glass has got a lot of hard to get off stuff, this will clean it. Don't use anything coarse. This is the heaviest seal I have ever seen in my life. I'll see if I can get it on there. Will this work? Can you install a window like this by yourself? I have no clue. I've never done it before. So yeah, it worked. Now we'll try the windshield the same way. Glass is in, and that wasn't so bad. I think if you've done rope seals before, you can do it this way. If you haven't, you might struggle with it a little bit. You probably should get help for the first time that you do a rope seal on a windshield, in my opinion. Really, this needs some urethane around the top. These seals aren't great, and I'm sure when the sun hits it'll be better, but the reason they're rusted under there, not only because the gutters right here probably had holes or leaks in them, but also because water gets up under there somehow and rusts these things out. It's been a while since I got these visors ready to go, but they are, and I'm going to install them now. Now let's take a look at it. Almost complete. I have to get a rear view mirror, but I got the light in there, the trim down there, the visors I installed, and that's it for now. Needing more irresistible Datsun content, be sure and tune back in. We'll see you next time.